Thank you for watching. If this message brought you peace, please consider supporting the channel via the QR code or the link in the description. May God bless you.
Yes, I will never talk to you again, if you would have skipped me now. Yes, my child, I give my people chances, but not always. But the reason why I am speaking to you now will shock you. My child, there is a person in your contact list who is trying to reach you because they are planning to confess their feelings for you. Yes, my child, this person is planning to tell you all the truth of their heart and what they feel for you. They were stalking you since very long, and yet they were hesitant, shy, and afraid. They wondered if you would understand, if you would recognize the purity of their intentions. But know this, my child, that fear does not dim love, and truth cannot be hidden forever. Sometimes the heart moves in silence, and the spirit must whisper in the quiet places of life until the time is right. You will hear their voice soon, and you will feel the honesty that flows from their being. You have been walking a road that has tested every corner of your soul. You have stood at the edge of doubt, wondering if anyone truly sees you, truly hears you, truly understands the weight you carry in your heart. You have smiled when you wanted to fall, you have loved when you were unloved, and you have given when you yourself were empty. I have watched you in those moments, my child. I have seen the nights when your mind could not rest, when you held yourself and wondered if your existence made any difference. It did. You have moved mountains you did not even know existed. You have inspired hearts you have never met. And though your journey has been lonely, you have never been alone. That is why this person has been drawn toward you, not by accident, not by chance, but by a deeper design that moves beyond the world you see. This soul has been connected to you long before you both knew each other in this life. Sometimes the universe brings two paths together, not because they must merge forever, but because there is something they must awaken in each other. This person holds a piece of that lesson for you. They come with feelings, but also with a message. They come with desire, but also with a purpose. Pay attention, my child, for behind every word they speak, there is a sign. And within every look they give, there is a whisper of truth waiting to be understood. Your heart has been closed in some places, guarded behind walls you built to protect yourself from past pain. You learned long ago that vulnerability can be a wound. You promised yourself never to be that exposed again. But love, my child, true love, is not found in safety. It is found in the bravery of openness, in the courage of saying, I am here, this is me without armor. That is why this person approaches you. They have been sent as a reminder that not all connections hurt, that not all attentions are deceptions. They come to help you remember that trust can be sacred again. But listen carefully, my child. Do not fall into the illusion that every confession means destiny. Sometimes a soul enters your life to test your wisdom, to see if you can differentiate between attachment and alignment. Not every person who loves you is meant to stay. Some come only to show you what you deserve, so you do not settle for less again. You will need to discern. You will need to listen not just to their words, but to their energy, to the spirit that moves behind their eyes. If their love brings you peace, then it is pure. If it brings you confusion, it is still teaching you something about yourself. Nothing is meaningless when it is felt deeply. I speak to you not to scare you, but to prepare you. You are entering a season of revelation, when hidden things come to light, when truth finds its way to your doorstep in human form. This is one of those moments. This person's courage to speak will awaken your own courage to feel. And whether you accept their love or release it, you will be changed forever. For love in any form is a sacred teacher. Remember the times you thought you would never love again? When your heart felt like a house with all the lights turned off. I was there. I heard your prayers, the ones you could not put into words. I heard the silent promise you made to yourself that you would never lose yourself for someone again. And yet, here you stand, stronger, wiser, more grounded. You no longer seek love out of need, but out of recognition. That is why this love, this confession is different. It does not come to consume you, but to meet you where you are, to reflect back the healing you have already done. Do not be afraid of what is coming, my child. Your life is shifting in ways you cannot yet see. Every connection, every event, every whisper of coincidence is a thread in a divine tapestry that will one day make sense. This person is one of those threads. They are a bridge between your past and your future, between who you were and who you are becoming. Through them, you will understand something about yourself that you could never have learned alone. And if you wonder why now, why this moment, why this person, know that everything has its season. There were times you would not have been ready to receive this kind of energy. You would have doubted it, questioned it, or run from it. But now your heart has been tempered by fire. You have known loss, you have known waiting, you have known emptiness. These experiences did not break you, they polished you. They made you capable of seeing love for what it truly is, not an escape, but a mirror. I speak to you also to remind you of balance. When this person comes, do not forget yourself in their story. Do not make them your sun and your sky. You are your own light, my child. Let love enhance you, not replace you. If they bring you joy, share it. If they bring you chaos, step back and breathe. You are not obligated to heal anyone who refuses to heal themselves. You can care without losing your center. You can love without abandoning yourself. There will come a moment, sooner than you think, when you will feel a shift. You will notice a message, a sign, a dream, a chill that runs through you as if some invisible hand has touched your shoulder. Do not ignore it. It will be the beginning of what I have told you. Sometimes my messages arrive through people, sometimes through events, sometimes through words you did not expect to hear. Pay attention to the small things, the song that plays at the right moment, the number that repeats, the feeling that won't leave your chest. These are not random. They are signals guiding you toward the truth that is unfolding. And when this person speaks, my child, listen without defense. Do not interrupt. Let them empty their heart, whether their words bring you joy or discomfort. Know that they are offering you something sacred, their truth. Not everyone has the courage to do that. After they speak, take your time. You do not owe anyone an instant answer. Sit with what you feel. Let your heart respond before your mind does. Sometimes your first reaction is protection, but your true response is buried deeper, quietly waiting to be heard. I know you fear getting hurt again. You have given your love before, only to be met with half-truth and empty promises. You have seen people claim love while holding back their hearts. This time, let your discernment be your shield, not your cage. You can stay open and safe at once. You can let the light in without losing yourself to it. You have learned enough to recognize the difference between a lesson and a life partner. Trust that knowledge. My child, life is not a straight path. It is a circle, a dance, a song that rises and falls. People enter your story at different verses, and some leave before the final chorus. Do not mourn what ends, celebrate what it taught you. This connection will show you something precious, the value of your own heart, the depth of your own compassion, the strength of your own spirit. Even if it does not last forever, it will leave you better than before. And if it does last, if this person is meant to stay, you will know by the peace that follows. True connection does not drain you. It feels like coming home. It does not confuse you. It clarifies you. You will not have to chase it. It will grow naturally like a tree rooting into the earth. You will feel balance, not anxiety. You will laugh more. You will feel safe in their presence. That is how you will recognize what is real. My child, there is more to this message than love. There is also a calling. You have been hiding parts of yourself, your gifts, your ideas, your purpose, because you fear that the world will not understand them. Yet the world needs exactly what you have. This upcoming encounter will reignite that fire within you. It will remind you of why you are here, why you have endured so much, and why you must not give up now. This person may admire your outer self, But what they truly see, even if they do not know how to say it, is your light. That light is your mission. It is time you shared it without fear. In the days to come, you will face choices that test your patience and your faith. You will be asked to trust your inner voice above all else. Some will doubt you, some will misunderstand you, but do not let that sway you. Your connection to your own spirit is stronger than their opinions. When you feel unsure, come back to stillness. Breathe. Ask yourself, what brings me peace? And follow that. Peace is the language of your soul. It will never lie to you. My beloved one, listen closely to the stillness that lives beneath all noise. Within that silence lies the stream from which all clarity flows. Whenever you turn to that quiet, you are turning toward the presence that has always known you. There is a wisdom deeper than the mind, gentler than any voice of the world, and more faithful than any human hand. It is not outside you, though you often look for it there. It rests inside you like a pulse, steady, patient, and eternal. When you seek to understand what is good, when you wish to discern what is meant for you, begin here, in the place where the light within you meets the vastness of the one who formed it. Every life is full of crossroads. Every soul must choose among paths that shimmer with promise. The world teaches you to decide quickly, to move by impulse, to chase what glitters and avoid what hurts. But divine wisdom teaches a slower rhythm. Understanding what is good for you cannot come from hurry. It comes from intimacy with the source. For only the one who shaped your heart knows what will nourish it. You may ask advice of friends, read books, seek counsel from experience, but there will always be moments when no voice feels certain. That is when you must close your eyes, breathe and say, "Guide me." The whisper that rises then, calm, steady, humble, will never mislead you. Human understanding is a fragile lamp. It flickers in the wind of desire, and often it dims under the shadow of fear. But divine understanding is like the sun. It does not depend on the candle of circumstance. When you walk toward it, you begin to see life as it truly is. You begin to realize that not everything pleasant is good, and not everything painful is wrong. The one who loves you most will sometimes lead you through the valley because the mountain's light can only be seen from below. There are lessons that grow only in the soil of struggle, and gifts that bloom only after patience has watered them. To know this is to trust, and to trust is to live without constant fear. You ask, why must I go to the source for understanding? Because only love sees your entirety. The world sees the surface of you, your actions, your words, your appearance. But divine vision sees every hidden motive, every wound that shapes your choice, every longing that hides behind anger or doubt. When you seek guidance from that vision, you are asking to be seen fully and to be directed in a way that heals rather than merely pleases. The world may tell you what will make you successful. The Spirit tells you what will make you whole. Consider how a parent watches a child. The child reaches for fire because it glows beautifully, not knowing that it burns. The parent does not hate the child for reaching, but gently redirects the hand. So it is with you. When you reach for what looks bright but harms your soul, the guidance of heaven intervenes, not always by force, sometimes by delay, sometimes by gentle loss. When doors close, when plans collapse, when people drift away, it is not cruelty. It is protection wearing the disguise of disappointment. In time, you will see that the path that was denied saved you from an emptiness you did not yet understand. Each time you turn inward and speak to the presence of God, whether through prayer, reflection, or simple honesty, you open a channel between the visible and the eternal. You may not hear words, but you will sense direction. It might come as peace that lingers around one choice and unease that shadows another. It might come as synchronicity, as doors aligning easily, as hearts that meet you with sincerity. Guidance does not always arrive with thunder. More often it hums quietly through intuition, coincidence, and timing. To hear it, you must quiet the noise of fear and pride. The divine voice does not compete with chaos. It waits for your attention like morning light waiting at the edge of a curtain. When you make a habit of seeking divine understanding, you begin to live differently. You no longer chase every desire that sparkles in front of you. You learn to ask, is this good for my spirit? Does this path expand my compassion, my patience, my truth? What is good for you will never demand that you betray your integrity. What is right will not drain the core of your peace. You may feel challenged, stretched, even tested, but you will also feel aligned, alive, and purposeful. That alignment is the sign of guidance fulfilled. The greatest mistake is believing that you can separate the sacred from the ordinary. Every decision, every relationship, every opportunity is spiritual. Each is a thread woven into the larger design of your life. When you consult the divine before you act, you invite that design to unfold with harmony. When you act without reflection, you still move, but you may wander through lessons that could have been gentler. The source does not punish, it teaches. Life becomes harsh only when we refuse to listen to its gentle correction. Understand that divine guidance is not control. It does not remove your freedom. It illuminates it. You are not a puppet, but a partner in creation. When you ask for direction, you are not surrendering your will. You are aligning it with a wisdom that already wants your highest good. That is why it is said that prayer changes things, not because it manipulates fate, but because it recenters you in truth. You stop fighting what was never meant for you and begin walking toward what has always waited for you. Often you will not recognize the right path immediately. Sometimes the good feels uncertain, even painful. Yet beneath that discomfort there will be a quiet certainty, like a river beneath ice, moving steadily toward freedom. Trust that feeling. The path of growth rarely comes wrapped in comfort, but it always carries peace. The wrong path, no matter how thrilling, will carry restlessness. You will feel it in your body, in your breath, in your nights. Learn to listen not only with your mind, but with your whole being. Guidance speaks through peace and unrest alike. The reason you must speak to God every day and every season is because your mind forgets. The noise of the world is persuasive. It tells you that value is measured in achievements, that love is proven by possession, that speed is strength. But divine understanding teaches the opposite. That value lies in integrity, love in freedom, and strength in patience. When you talk with the source, you remember these truths. You recalibrate your inner compass. You step back into the rhythm of grace rather than ambition. To live without conversation with the divine is to wander in partial light. You may achieve many things, but you will not know which of them matter. You may meet many people, but you will not know which of them are meant for your growth. Speaking to God, listening within, through prayer, through silence, turns existence into relationship. You stop reacting to life and begin co-creating with it. You see signs where others see coincidence, meaning where others see randomness. Every event becomes a dialogue. What are you showing me here? What am I to learn? This is how understanding deepens. This is how peace begins to rule your heart. When you approach the source for understanding, do not come only with requests. Come with openness. Speak your confusion, yes, but also listen. Gratitude sharpens hearing. Humility opens perception. The answers may not appear immediately because they are ripening within you. Sometimes the answer is not a word, but a transformation. God does not always send explanations. Sometimes he sends readiness. And when you are ready, the path that once seemed hidden suddenly glows with clarity. If you could see your life from above as a tapestry already complete, you would understand how every delay, every loss, every unexpected turn was necessary. But you see only from the ground, thread by thread. That is why you must trust the weaver. What feels like a knot may be the foundation of the next design. When you pray, show me what is good, you are not just asking for an easy route. You are asking to see the masterpiece from the perspective of eternity. You are saying, teach me to love what leads me to growth, even if it challenges me. This prayer never goes unanswered. There is also this. Divine guidance often comes through people. Sometimes you will hear the echo of truth in a stranger's words, a friend's kindness, a teacher's insight. Do not dismiss these as mere chance. The Spirit moves through human vessels as easily as through wind and water. But discern carefully. Not every voice that speaks of love speaks from wisdom. Test the energy. If it carries peace, patience, and respect for your freedom, it is of light. If it carries fear, urgency, or flattery that blinds, it is of confusion. Ask within, does this pull me closer to truth? The answer will rise quietly but unmistakably. The heart that consults God becomes a sanctuary of peace. The one who does not consult wanders restlessly from desire to desire. The difference is not in circumstance but in center. When you are centered in divine understanding, even storms become classrooms, and pain becomes sacred data. You learn not to curse difficulty but to mine it for wisdom. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what is this teaching me? That question transforms suffering into awakening. So return often. Return when you wake and when you sleep, when you celebrate and when you despair. Let every question be a doorway to communion. Speak, listen, learn, and keep walking. The more you talk with God, the more you will recognize good not by appearance but by essence. You will no longer ask, is this what I want? But is this what love wants for me? And when love leads, you will never be lost.